Dear Diary, recently I've had a string of fascinating personal revelations. As a man 29 years of age, I find myself pondering sympathy and empathy. I want to have a deeper understanding of what these character traits mean to myself and others and how they affect the human experience. In the past, I viewed sympathy as pity, which is an emotion that many, including myself, find demeaning, which may be incorrect. Mainly because my rational side understands that we have to meet people where they are and accept what they are capable of. I personally would never dare show someone pity because for some odd reason I can't fully fathom, it feels like that's just looking down on them. And above all else, it just feels like words, hollow ones at that. I've honestly been through a slew of things that influenced who I am. I've outlived family members who left this earth way sooner than they should have. I've been genuinely hated for just existing. I've experienced multiple challenging situations that could have broken me. But I never wanted words. I didn't want "I'm sorry," to the point where I would just ask, "Why are you sorry? You didn't do this to me." What I wanted was action. I wanted help. I needed someone to be there. And so that's what I decided to do. Compassion is what I needed in those situations and decided to exhibit moving forward. What differentiates compassion from sympathy and empathy is that the latter two require feeling, but the former demands action. And in full transparency, I don't have the answer to probably 95% of the problems the people I care about have. I'm not smart enough or have enough lived experience to give them exactly what they need. I can also admit that I'm a childlike individual, so what I can offer may be very minimal. But I know I have to do something instead of just looking. So I do things like ask them if they want to go out, if they want to walk and talk, if they want food, sit together in silence, or, and this is where the childlike part of me comes out, ask them if they want sweets, because sweets make everything better, right? And maybe none of that is welcomed, but usually some form of it is, or at least the offer is appreciated, because at the end of that interaction, the people know they are cared for, which is what I mainly want. I was unsure whether what I wanted to practice was actually compassion or just self-serving acting, but something life-changing happened to me, something that let me know it was almost certainly both. And surprise, surprise, it had something to do with anime. I went to the Animationist Film Festival in 2025 and got to see the Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie. Like many others, I thought it was stellar. A near-perfect film with incredible action, an amazing score and performances, banger songs by Kenshi Yonezu and Hikaru Utada, the art and animation I always felt the Chainsaw Man anime deserved, and enough emotional beats that I was genuinely crying. But it was the post-credit scene that changed my perspective on both what compassion was and who I am as a person. After the credits finish running, the audience sees Denji sitting in a cafe where his first true love, Reze, worked. He loudly proclaimed in their last meeting that despite the betrayal she executed, the massive city-leveling fight they had, and her admitting her true motives, that he would wait for her. Despite everything, Denji truly loved her, and was willing to wait for her to return so they could be together. We learn that he's been at the cafe every day since their battle with flowers in hand, and even her manager tells him that he should give up. Then enters Power, who was noticeably absent during the film. Due to a massive intake, she needed to have excess blood drained. There are two things about this scene that I truly love. The first is how she proudly proclaims that the process is complete, and tracked Denji down by his scent. This lets us know that the first thing she wanted to do was see her friend, which is cool in itself because it is known that doubles and fiends aren't really prone to making friends. But it's the second and most important thing that grabbed my heart and never let go. Denji looks extremely defeated, and Power takes note of this. Power, A known narcissist and bigot, and my favorite character in the series, looks at him for a moment, then grabs the flowers, saying that they suit her far better than anyone else. This brief scene is used for levity, there's no doubt about that. However, it does something else that is boisterous in execution, but quiet in how powerful it is. Power doesn't know what's happened. She doesn't know why he looks so defeated. Why is he in this cafe with these flowers to begin with? All she knows is that there's something wrong. So in her own way of caring, while staying true to her character, she tries to get him out of his slump by acting as she usually does, which elicits what we can assume to be the first emotion outside of sorrow that he's experienced since Reze left him on the beach. It's small. It's a gesture that fits Power's character. She doesn't know, and probably doesn't care, what happened to him, but she doesn't want him to be sad, and does what she can to pull him out of despair. When I looked at this scene, I took a look at myself and what I feel needs to be done when I see someone I care for in crisis or a stranger who needs help. Sitting with someone, making them laugh, or, as my forever default, asking if they want food or sweets. In times of need, I choose to focus less on the problem and more on providing relief to the person experiencing the hardship. If someone is down, upset, or out, I'll always choose to help to the best of my ability in my own way. I'll always act because I choose compassion. Until next time, Cameron.